First, we hold our palms together like this as a symbol of respect. Respect to the Buddha who taught mindfulness 2,600 years ago, and also respect to everyone present in this room. So it is an Indian tradition where Buddhism came from, so we just put our hands together like this. And we're going to recite Namo Tata. Namo Tata Bhagavato Arahato Dhammasamami. Namo Tata Bhagavato Arahato Dhammasamami. Namo Tata Bhagavato Arahato Dhammasamami. Good morning once again, everyone. Today we are going to be learning a skill called mindfulness. Mindfulness meditation. Okay, mindfulness meditation. This is to help you to manage your stress when you have a lot of homework, a lot of deadline, and on top of that, some social activities creeping in, and you need to juggle all your activities, your schedules together. As you grow older, as you go into the next grade, you will find yourself busier and busier. You can only expect this. And one day, just like me and your parents, you will also be going to university. And if you learn how to manage stress at an early age, like you do, okay, you're going to be happier than any other people, because managing stress means healing yourself emotionally. Okay, we need to heal ourselves emotionally each day. At Oxford University, where I come from, there is a program called .B. We have a mindfulness center, Oxford Mindfulness Center. Clinical psychologists, neurologists, and meditators, and also Buddhist monks like me, we work together how to help people reduce their stress. For now, more than 370 schools in England and Wales, okay, have taken up mindfulness to help them reduce their stress. It is a secular form of meditation, if you like. But here, me being a Buddhist monk, okay, in this robe, there is some Buddhist element in this. First, I'll be showing you a clip from the Oxford Mindfulness Center. It's called .B program. Just can we have the volunteers? Can we have the whiteboard? Yeah, okay. I'd like to give the name of give them the name. Wait, I see. Maybe up there, just shit and that do that. Not do that, sorry, not do that. Yeah. Where is the pen? It's a soft pen. Can I have some? The program is called .B. Okay, this is a dot, and B simply B. That's the name of the program, .B. Dot means full stop. When you are very stressed out, your mind is spinning. You just don't know where you are emotionally. You cannot catch up with yourself. You're overwhelmed by your own emotion. If that happens, it's likely you won't understand the person sitting next to you, your friend. If it happens at home, it's likely that you understand your sibling or your mom and dad. You won't understand what they're saying, or they won't understand because you're just being overwhelmed emotionally. At that moment, you need to stop a little while, maybe a minute, 60 seconds exactly, and just be present. Just connect with yourself, just connect with your emotion. Breathe. Just stop and breathe. A simple technique that has been there thousands of years. In India, they say 5,000, okay? 5,000 years of Indian history. In terms of Buddhism, it's 2,600 years. This is the technique that people have used, and now there's a scientific evidence of this. So .B is the first thing we are going to be learning. After we have seen this program, I'm going to introduce you how to actually do it. Okay, and we do maybe about 4 minutes, 5 minutes meditation. I ask you how long we should be doing. Okay. So now, Winter, can you put on the slide? Can you switch on the light here? Thought B.
When I first took my mindfulness class, I didn't really understand it. Because, you hear about those philosophical ideas, like in the news and stuff, we just think we have no relevance to it. So I was just really paying attention to all. I was just talking to my friends and doing whatever. And then the second mindfulness class, I actually found it really, really helpful. And I started to use it in day-to-day life, like my brother, my homework.
Once you've done your homework, you just need a break, so you can't just lie down and sleep. It only takes 10 minutes to much just to relax your brain.
So mindfulness is essentially about attention, and it's about being able to attend to what you choose to attend to, and inhibit things that come to mind.
I'd say my best definition of mindfulness, it's not about developing fantastic meditative skills that you need to sit for 3 hours and not engage in the world, but actually that allow you to recognise that emotional states are able to be controlled.
I'm a clinical psychologist by training, and one of the things that is most striking about teaching mindfulness classes I teach them within the NHS that people for recovering depression is it's incredibly energizing. So there's a lot of enthusiasm around mindfulness. There's interest in the media, there's interest in Westminster, right the way throughout the system. And what we're trying to do at the universities of Oxford and Exeter and Bangor and other places is begin to make sure that some of the really fundamental questions we have around mindfulness are underpinned by good science. Last year, what we did was we ran a feasibility study with 522 young people in secondary schools, and what we found was that levels of stress and low-grade depressive symptoms went down in those who received the mindfulness training compared to control groups. And what was most interesting about this study was in the exam period, the difference between the mindfulness schools and the non-mindfulness schools became larger. So people seem to be able to use the mindfulness most at times of greatest stress.
When you know that it actually works, you will actually do it to try and help you. You won't just be doing it because you're told to. It's just another thing that you learn that can help you. Like, you know, when you first learn maths, you know, an equation helps you for your test, or when you first learn science, helps you for this, helps you for that. So I think this was an all-rounder and it helps you for everything.
You never realise how actually loud and like noisy our life is. We're constantly talking, someone shouting somewhere. It's, you just take a step back and realise, wow, how have I been doing this for so long?
In mindfulness, we were texting each other. Stop me.
The dot stands for stop, and the beat stands for like just be yourself, be in the moment. You know, also breathe. Mindful actual texting your friends. So you don't say stop, breathe, you just say, you know, dotty. Which I think is quite smart to do. So like when your friends are saying, oh, I've got to do my homework, you can just say dotty.
They love going around teaching their parents about what they've learned. Mindfulness has been very well received among staff and teachers within the school, within the academy.
The next step is we want to help us roll out mindfulness interventions in school.
I would say to schools who've heard about mindfulness and are considering introducing it, don't start with a blanket approach. Starting with staff will prove its worth, and sharing that with children becomes much more natural.
As a child, I was incredibly anxious. I would have minor panic attacks about spelling tests. I would dread school, and I would find it difficult to sleep, quite highly strung as an 8-year-old. Luckily, I've grown out of that quite a bit, but also mindfulness has played a huge part in that. Being able to just unwind me from the ball of stress that I allow myself to become. Just think, right, take a moment, it's not that bad, it's going to be okay. So having that as a child in school would have done wonders for me, I think.
Okay, dot B is the program, and the keyword, what's the keyword from what you have heard now? Mindfulness. In Burmese, we usually call this the deep tapa, the deep yupa, that sort of thing. Mindfulness comes from that word. Is the original word is that one. In S-A-T-I, sati, that's the. So this is the name of the program. This is the theme, mindfulness, and the original word is called sati. In terms of history, in the Buddhist tradition, we trace back to 2,600 years. Now it's the time to do some practice. I'm going to be explaining some of the things that you can expect. What we are going to be doing is we're going to be combining two activities. One is what we call physiological activity, that is physical activity. The second one is psychological activity. So we're going to be uniting them. We are going to be developing a habit so that these two activities don't create any conflict. Okay. The physiological activity is breathing. If we don't breathe, we don't live. So breathing is that important. Okay. Breathing is very important. But usually people just breathe. They take it for granted. And they are not aware if they breathe enough. Breathing is about supplying oxygen to your lung. Sometimes people don't do that because they are so occupied with something else. Sometimes with their phone, sometimes with what other people are doing, not what they are doing. They get distracted easily. So here, when we get distracted, that's the psychological part, okay? Not the physiological part anymore. It's about attention. It's about attention. So the psychological part is the attention. When we breathe and we pay attention to the breath, that attention is the psychological activity, psychological function. Okay? And the breathing itself is the physiological function. So if you can pay attention to the breath, you are actually combining two activities. You are actually harmonizing the mind and the body. The body here represented by the breath, and the mind by the attention. So two breathing and then attention. Breathing plus attention. Can you see this at the back? I'm sorry if it's not big enough. It's red. This is breathing. This is attention. Maybe you can't see. Can you see now? This is red. This is breathing. This is attention. In the middle, it's called plus. Okay, it's a plus sign. This is a very important skill. You either have it or you don't have it. Okay. If you have it, you don't get easily irritated. If you don't have it, you will. Okay. If slight thing goes wrong, you get irritated all day. You won't be a happy person. So if you are kind to yourself and if you are kind to your friends, at least this is one of the options that you can use to help you and to help them. Now I'm going to describe a technique. A technique is called 3R. 3R. The first R is called recognize. Register. We can say register. The first R is register. The first R is register. The first R is register. The second R is release. The third R is return. I'm going to be explaining them. Register means recognize. What do we register? We register our emotion because we need to know what's happening. Register also means acceptance. Acceptance. Okay. It also means acceptance. When I breathe in, if I tell myself, breathing in, I'm registering my breathing. When I'm agitated, if I say to yourself, I think this is agitation, This is called register, to register our feeling, to register our emotion. So instead of running away from it, like Charles Darwin said, fight and flight. Okay, instead of fighting our own agitation, and also instead of running away from our agitation, what do? We recognize it so that we understand it. So the first one is register. We register that, and then we release it. We let go, we let it go. And return. Where do we return? We return home. Okay, it's not the home where you live with your parents. This is the home of your attention. We choose one particular object to place our attention. So here we are going to be choosing breathing. Okay, breathing as the center of our attention. As the center of our attention. Volunteers, can anyone help me draw? I can't say I'm very bad at drawing. I just don't know it. Can someone help me? Or maybe some of the teachers, can you help me? A spider. Yes, please. A spider web, and a spider in the middle. Thank you, Nathan.
I have to accept I'm not really great at this.
You're going to be a lot better than me.
Spider web.
A spider web. Then a spider in the middle. Thank you. Okay, this is a spider web. This is spider. This is a spider. A spider stays right in the middle. Okay, first what it does is that it forms its web. Then it doesn't stay at the corner, instead it stays in the middle. And very quiet. Okay, very alert. The spider is very alert in the middle. Quiet and alert. But sometimes we call this relaxed and alert. That's the quality of the spider. Then, from time to time, you're going to see small insects falling on this. Can you put some? This is a small insect, which has fallen on the web. The spider will just go and eat it. And what it does after that, it will return to the middle. That's what it means, return. To return to the middle. The middle is the home for the spider. The spider, after it has formed its web, it makes the middle, the center, its home. So if you and me, if we want to know our emotion, if we want to be in touch with our emotion, we need to have, thank you, man. We need to have the center where we call home. Okay, so this is home. I'm going to write now. This is home. This is home, okay? The insect, the smaller insect, falling on the web, they are like distraction. Those distractions, you cannot ignore them. And you cannot run away from them. You have to recognize them and then let them go, register and release. Register and release. So 3R, a 3R's technique: register, release, and return, or recognize, release, and return. Breathing is the home, it's the center of our attention. We're going to be focusing on the breath. As we do so, we'll be counting our breathing. As we breathe in, we'll be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we breathe out. Again, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 5. You're going to expect that your mind will wander. When your mind wanders, just accept it. Okay, this is wandering mind. It's okay. Don't blame yourself for that. You don't need to feel guilty. It's natural, okay? You need to accept it. And don't ignore that either. Is it clear? The instruction, is it clear? What about you? Is it clear? Are you ready to do the practice? Now I want to ask you, how long you want to do this? 5 minutes or 1 hour?
1 hour.
How do I know? How many volunteers can you help? Okay, how long?
1 hour.
Oh.
1 hour.
Can we get a compromise in between? Okay, between 1 hour and can you calm down a little bit and can you go up a little bit? 5 minutes. Can you increase a little bit?
30 minutes. 30 minutes.
30 minutes. 6 minutes.
15 minutes.
I think we begin with 6 minutes. Okay, we begin with 6 minutes, and we'll be doing this a few more times today. Okay, a few more times. But this one is called mindfulness. Okay, the foundation of mindfulness. Just one more thing before we close our eyes and start focusing on our breath. You've got to learn how to relax your body. Okay, don't tense up. Just learn how to relax your body. If you want to lean on the chair, it's okay. But keep your feet together and keep your palms together. Relax your shoulders. Relax the muscles around your head, the muscles around your forehead. Relax them. And when you breathe, breathe slow and gentle. Okay? And you're going to be closing your eye just slightly. While Wendy or Grace, can you time? Okay, 6 minutes. Thank you. Okay, we can start now. Breathe in, gentle and slow. Count 1 to 5. As you breathe in, and the same when you breathe out. time with your thoughts, just accept them. Then return to the breath. Slow and gentle breathing. This on. Volunteer, the back. Can you help me? Can you raise this one? Yeah, can you raise it all? I'm going to sum up what we have just laid here. The topic is mindfulness. Mindfulness. Mindfulness of what? Mindfulness of breathing. Okay. Mindfulness of breathing. Some of you may have been aware of not just your breathing, but also your wandering mind. So we can say mindfulness of breathing, mindfulness of the mental activities. Then what we focus on is already here, is breathing. It's the breath that we focus on. So what's the technique? What's the technique we use? We use 3R. That's the technique that we use. What do we do when we do it? What's the purpose? The purpose is to harmonize the mind and the body. Okay. To harmonize. The mind and the body. The mind in the form of attention, the body in the form of breathing. And what's the metaphor we use? What's the simile? We use it a spider web. Okay. Has anyone got any question? How did you feel? How did you feel for the 6 minutes effort? Relaxing. Okay, what about you? What does it mean, thumbs up? Thank you. What about you, this side, boys? How did you feel? For 6 minutes, calm, you feel calm. Do you feel more connected with your friends?
No.
No? Oh, okay. That means I think you need 1 hour.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Anyone has got any question? Volunteer, can you bring can you get ready with microphone? Wireless microphone. If anyone has any question. Even from the teachers, it's okay. If you have any question, please.
What if you fall asleep?
Can you do this? The teacher.
Just raise your hand so you have the
Over there.
What if you fall asleep?
I think you need to congratulate yourself. Seriously, because many people, they can't sleep and they have to take a pill. And the first thing, when people fall asleep during the working hour, what they do is to blame themselves, to feel guilty. I don't think that's helpful. Sleepiness is a sign that the body has a message to you. The body has a message. So sleepiness is a message that we need to read with compassion. So by recognizing the sleepiness, and if we just give ourselves maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, trying to rest the mind. Breathe in and out, slow and gentle. That will recharge you. Okay. Okay.
How long do you meditate each day?
How do I meditate? Morning in the monastery in Oxford, morning 45 minutes, in the afternoon or evening 45 minutes. This with group meditators. In Myanmar itself, different meditation centers, they meditate, the length of meditate, the duration of meditation differs from place to place. It ranges from 1 hour to, I think, 5 hours. A place called the Yangon, they meditate, they can meditate up to 5 hours. I think later, so we will be reading some books. One of those books claim that scientists they have taken brain images of people who meditate. People who meditate just 10 minutes a day, they accumulate 10 minutes. And once, you have clocked up maybe about 8 hours, you don't get stressed out very often because you change your neuron, which area of your brain you're going to activate. If you are very stressed out, there's one area which is active. If you are calm, there's a different area which is active. So you need to switch, from stress-related area to a calm-related area. Microphone is
what is the preferred time for us to meditate?
The proper time to meditate.
No, like preferred time.
The preferred time. Which time of the day?
No, how long?
How long? Well, according to scientists in the West, they started with 8 minutes. But I think in my experiment, I have tried 3 minutes also. You just have to do it every day. 3 minutes. And I have come up with a formula that I started in Madrid last year during a meditation retreat. Just 1 minute meditation, but 4 times a day. Quattro ministro meditation, 4 minutes meditation. The first thing, you wake up in the morning, before you get up, breathe in and out, just for 1 minute. You start your day with calmness and focus. And the second one, after your breakfast, before you rush to school. Second, because that's the time that you are so distracted. The third one, after your school, before you return home. And the last one, before you go to bed. So just 1 minute each. Okay. We have more time for questions. Maybe we need microphone. Come, Chris. Okay. We
I'm actually very loud. What are the benefits of meditating alone as opposed to a group? And do you recommend one or the other, or do they have different benefits? Because you mentioned your group meditation, but I also feel like you're also saying that you should, when I wake up in the morning, that would be a time I don't think I'd call my friends in. So what would be the benefits of
Thank you, sir, for your question. Very good pick. Well, we should start with a group meditation. That's where we draw inspiration. That is what we call group support. If you do it yourself, when you get busier, perhaps you will just drop it. We have a lot of excuses not to do it than to do it. So, in Oxford, people drive 1.5 hours to 2 hours just to meditate with me for 45 minutes. If they drive 1 hour, so a return journey is 2 hours. Because at home they can't do it. They can't do it. The environment and everything, it takes time to create. But if we can only meditate in a group, we become so dependent. So we need to learn how to meditate ourselves and take on those challenges, those excuses, those distractions. The main thing is to watch our mind. I haven't used one word here, a very important one. It's called non-judgmental mindfulness. Your mindfulness should be non-judgmental. Non-judgmental means if your mind wanders, don't say it's bad. If your mind is very concentrated, don't say it's good. Just observe what a wandering mind does, and just observe what a calm mind brings. We trust the nature, and it will tell you what is it. So you will see in Myanmar itself, Mingun Meditation Center, one of the a dozen or so tradition here. They have individual huts for meditators, so they just meditate alone. In other places like Mahasi, or group meditation. But you have individual walking meditation, and you're supposed to be mindful even when you are alone.
When you're hit by bad news or
Yes.
unfavorable outcomes, how do you apply mindfulness to the moment you found out that something's going to go wrong?
Very good. This is the kind of question which is relevant to all of us. I have gone through this kind of thing, in education and also in working life. The first thing we need to know is the reaction that is coming out of our mind. We call this sometimes habitual reaction. When that reaction comes out, usually people try to suppress it because it's too much for them. It's too painful, they want to suppress it. But some people, instead of suppressing it, they either blame other people or they blame themselves. All of these, they make the bad feeling worse. So what we need to do is to breathe in and out, and then recognize the emotion that is there. The negative emotion, maybe fear, maybe worry, maybe anxiety. We need to name them. We can name, register, release and return. Register, okay, this is anxiety, and release it. This is fear, and release it. Come back to breathing. If we do this, fear will still be there, worry will still be there, but it won't become overwhelming. This is the first thing we can do to ourselves. Then the next step, what we can do is, we can tell ourselves, I am not alone. Because at that time, we usually feel alone. Okay, I want to tell you that I think when I was 15, I failed my exam. And I didn't want to talk to people for 5 days. I didn't talk to anyone. I felt that I was alone. Actually, many people, many monks, many novices just like me. But at that time, I couldn't connect with them. That is why I felt so bad. After 5 days, I realized there were many people just like me. So we need to tell ourselves, I am not alone. If at that time, it can also happen that whatever good, whatever achievement we have had, we just forget them. Usually we forget them. So it's good to make some attempt to reconnect with them, to revisit some of the achievement that we have had. Okay.
Can we meditate in any position?
Where are you now?
Can we meditate in any position?
Sure. There is a walking meditation, sitting meditation. You wouldn't believe there's also lying meditation. Before you fall asleep, if you can be mindful, there's eating meditation. I should describe this because very soon you're going to have your lunch. Eating meditation, we call mindful eating. Mindful eating. You can try this when you, for one bite, try to chew for about 20 times. If you do this, you're going to find out how impatient you are. And if you don't chew properly, then your tummy will have to work harder to digest the food. So it's kinder to your body if you chew more. That's called mindful eating. And then when we do eating, we prefer this food to that food, this dish to that dish. A lot of judgmental mind. Then we can also observe those habits as well. If we observe those habits, if those habits don't become overwhelming, we will enjoy all the foods. Now we only enjoy certain food at a certain time. Our ability to enjoy the food is very limited. Why? Because our mind is judgmental. So today, when you go to lunch, remember you are meditating. The first maybe 5 minutes, you just eat in silence, okay? In silence, try to chew as long as possible, 20 times, 30 times. Good meditators, they chew about 40 times. 40 times. Yes. Any more comments and questions? Okay, maybe Albert, I pass the floor to you. To William, to you. Wendy, Grace, for the next program. When are you distributing books?
I think in a little bit.
Okay, okay. Slow and gentle breathing. Don't fight with your thought. Change to the habit of accepting. Acceptance of your thought as it is important. Then it will pass. Return to breathing. Don't blame yourself for having wandering mind. Just recognize this is wandering mind. This is automatic mind. Breathe in with compassion for your lung, because your lung needs oxygen. Slow and gentle breathing. Just be mindful of the sensation. If there is any tension in the muscles around your head, if there is, just accept it. This is tension. This is tension. Be kind to the muscles because they are tired. They work hard. Be mindful of that and relax the muscles. Breathe in and out, slow and gentle. The areas around your ears, the muscles around your ears, sometimes they are tense because of stress, a sign of stress. So the first thing we need to do is recognize it. Okay, there is stress. Don't fight with stress. Instead, trying to be compassionate, trying to be kind to yourself. Stress is only a symbol. It's only a message. Once we understand this message, we can manage stress. Slow and gentle breathing. Slow and gentle breathing. Thank you. It's 5 minutes now.